Welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited about overcoming your fear of failure. And if you want my 10 steps or my weekly newsletter, go to my website, www.mattain.me and sign up and stay connected. My love, always. Let's go. Hello. Welcome to today's live stream. Really excited to discuss overcoming your fear of failure. Overcoming your fear of failure. Why? Because it's so human. It's so human. So together we will just break it down to the fundamentals, to the core of why, as humans, we're feeling the fear of failure. And we're going to break it down to simply the lowest common denominator so it can free us. And we're going to do it in laughter and play and fun, in community, in sharing, in strength, in empowerment, in love, in compassion, in care, in all of the ways that we have established is best to grow. Valerie, hello to you. Happy to be here. This topic's perfect timing for you. Fantastic, Valerie. Based on the little chatter that's going on in Attaining Your Authentic Life on our InsightTimer group, I see that it's great timing for so many of us. Based on the discussions that we have on every week's InsightTimer, our inspirations, I know it's great timing. Based on us being humans, and this is like inherent what we are all struggling with, whether or not we can articulate it. And I said the word struggle, whether or not we can articulate it. It's human. So let's get down to it. Barbara, hello to you. Welcome. So I broke down the fear of failure into the 4 bodies. Is anybody surprised? Jen, I am, AKA Sporty Jen. I am so happy to see you as Jen. So happy. Hi, Manal, Valerie, and everyone. Good afternoon. This will be very interesting. Yes, Jen, this is going to be so fascinating and interesting because it's the core. So are you all aware of your fear of failure? Valerie says this is perfect timing for me. So clearly there is. But are you all aware? Like if you had to put your fear of failure, is there something specific? Is it general? Is it really how you're living life and flowing in life? Or is there something specific that you're using to measure your fear? Is it because you don't see yourself successful in A, B, and C? Or do you not see yourself successful in Z, where Z represents life as a whole? And it really doesn't matter if it's A, B, and C, or if it's Z as a whole. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is that we become aware of it, and together we'll break it down. Barbara says yes, can feel better. Are you asking if you can feel better? And the answer is yes. You came to the person who's going to say yes. Or is there a different question? But if you're saying, can I feel better and can we overcome our fear of failure? The answer is absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. And I'm going to just point out, because Sporty Jen is, and Valerie is that, you Sporty Jen, and Sporty Jen is yes. I'm going to point out, if I can, Jen, can I, Jen, can I? Hello. Valerie says, yes, no longer Sporty Jen. You're still in my heart though. Haha. Jen says, I am. Jen has been working in the InsightTimer community and the Mattain community for quite some time. And she's been working in the Mattain and coming up in our inspirations, I'd say. I don't know, Jen, what is it, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months? Time is just sort of all blending. But Jen is a regular, and she's regular on these inspirations. She's active in attaining the life that you desire. She's active in InsightTimer. I think in general, she's active on my meditations and committed to her growth. Jen used to be Sporty Jen, and Sporty Jen was an identity. We talk a lot about identity and using identity to cover who we are, using who we are. People use being a doctor, being a dentist, being a mother, being a professional, being a homemaker, being a reporter, being whatever it might be. We use our religions. We all use identity as a way to cover the essence of who we are, and we do it because it feels safe. We do it because it feels secure. We do it because we do not feel worthy as self. And we talk a lot about the egoic level. And ultimately, when we get to the egoic level, it's I am. I am. I am. And just being true and worthy for being self. So Jen, I'm so excited to say that Jen has recognized that, and she is now Jen. And I am maybe is a bit of an identity, asserting her recognition that her identity is with Jen, and maybe it will go to Jen, and maybe it will stay as Jen I am, and it doesn't really matter. But what it recognizes is that she's on her journey. We're all on our journey, and that need to hold on to identity as a crutch and as a way to feel secure, we slowly let go of that as we continue to grow and go within ourselves and recognize that we are beautiful for who we are, and we are I am. And Jen I am says, with a little humor for clarity, we will not let go. We will not let go of the humor. Okay, so coming back, thank you, Jen, for letting me share, and thank you, and I honor you, and I see the beauty for who you are, I am, you are, you're beautiful. You're all beautiful. So Barbara, battling chronic illness. Yes, Barbara, yes, you will feel better. And using the thesis as calibrating to our internal power, calibrating to who we are, calibrating to the strength of our light and our radiance and the purity of who we are is how we do it. And we do it by breaking down the societal bags, luggage that we have picked up because it's normal life. It's not bad, it's normal life. We will look at it, we'll look it in the eye and say, I see you. And Jen had many days, and Valerie has had many days, and all of us have had many days of looking in the mirror and saying, I see you, fear of failure. I see you, abandonment. I see you, sadness. I see you, anger. I see you, frustration, and I am going to use it to calibrate to my internal knowing, to my internal beauty, to my internal radiance. I'm going to use it as a tool. It will no longer hurt me. I will be aware of the pain, but I will use it to guide me back to my inner strength, my inner truth. How does that sound? How does that sound? We're on the journey, and what's amazing is the more clarity we get, the faster and easier it is becoming. And I am never going to tell you that we are never going to feel pain as human beings, because we are human, but we are going to have a way to process it and understand it and recognize the higher meaning of it. That's what I promise you. That's what I promise you when you stay in this community and we work together and we apply the philosophies and the approach that just is here to liberate. How does that feel? And who wants to get on the bus? Who wants to be on the bus? Jennifer, I have social anxiety, which causes fear of being around people, especially new ones. Okay, fantastic, Jennifer. We are going to drill into that and understand what it means. It has prevented me from going out sometimes. I want to be able to be comfortable in social situations. Okay, so Jennifer, I'm going to ask you and everybody that has that feeling, no matter how small or big, Jennifer's talking about it in a big way, that it's taking her over physically. Okay, so Jennifer, questions for everybody. Anytime we talk about a topic and it's relevant, it's a question for everybody, and all of our answers amplify the answer. So Jennifer, how does your social anxiety feel? 4 bodies. We're going to break it into your 4 bodies. How does it physically feel? What's physically feeling? So when you're in that situation, how do you physically feel? Two, I'm going to ask two at the same time because these are the two bodies that are very connected. They're all connected, but anyway, play with me. And how is the emotional feeling? So I sometimes have social anxiety. I never call it social anxiety, but sometimes I just don't want small talk. I don't want small talk. And that's just sort of feeling uncomfortable and just feeling unnatural and feeling unauthentic. And I think it's the same social anxiety, but on a maybe on the lowest common denominator is I just want to cut through the BS. I just want to be real. How are you? Good. How are you? Good. What's going on? Nothing. What's going on with you? Nothing. I don't like that. I like being real. And the more real a conversation can be, the more connected and interested I am. So sometimes I don't like, when I haven't talked to someone in a while, sometimes I just don't want to pick up the phone because we have to go through the noise before we can get to the real. And I love my friends that we don't have to get through that noise. We can just go straight into it. This is how I'm feeling, this is how I'm going, and this is what I'm doing. So Jennifer and everybody that's feeling any type of social anxiety, which we want to label it. First of all, one of the things that we do is we recognize it and we give it a label so we can have a common understanding. But then we're not going to identify. So using the sort of the preamble that started talking about identity and talking about how we identifying having social anxiety keeps you trapped in there. I recognize that it helps you to have a label, and this label might be empowering at times, but at one point it becomes disempowering. And now, when is the point that becomes disempowering? When we're aware of it. So once we're aware of it, we're no longer going to call it social anxiety. We're going to call it and break it down for the physical for it is, the emotional that it is, the mental that it is, and the egoic it is, which is the beliefs that it is. Break it down and understand it and I don't know, Jennifer, do you know when we talk about deconstructing the key lime pie? Are you familiar with deconstructing the key lime pie? We're going to do that together right now, okay? Everybody. And then Barbara, we're going to come back to your chronic illness. We are going to come back, I promise. Okay, and it's all the same thing. So actually, Barbara, break it down now. Break it down now, and everybody break it down. Okay, so Jennifer, I feel nausea and nervous. I also feel subconscious. Beautiful. So Jennifer has a heightened physical. Now, Jennifer, the heightened physical that you're feeling, we talked about it last week with panic and anxiety. The more we ignore the underlying reason for us to feel something, the more amped up that emotion's going to keep going. It's going to keep going and going and going and going. It's going to be so amped up until one day, which is today, we say, oh, that's it? That's all it is? Oh, I don't feel worthy. Oh, gosh. All of this because I don't feel worthy? Okay. I'll work on my worthiness muscle. And then every time, instead of feeling the nausea or calling it social anxiety, you come to the truth. So maybe I went quickly through where we're going to get to because we haven't got there yet with you, but I'm just giving you all just how easy it is. How easy it is. I'm going to ask a really simple question. Give me hearts and give me words. Do you all feel like it's easy? Or do you feel like it could be easy? That's what I want to know. Do you all feel like it's easy and that it could be easy? I'm seeing some hearts coming on. I want us all in our community to recognize that it is easy when we do it this way. It is easy when we see it that way. Gary, thank you, could be. Gary, can you shift that to a will be? Will be. Is be. Is. Be. I am. You are. We are. Is. We are going to have the tools to make it easy. We are going to have the tools to say, oh, we know how to get out of this. We know how. We know how. Okay, we know how. We're going to go through the four bodies. So Valerie, I'm going to read your comment, and then we're going to go through the chronic illness. We're going to go through Jennifer and her anxiety, and we're going to get to the bottom of all of it. Okay, so everybody hook on to something that they're holding on to, and all of the questions are going to be relevant. So this is going to actually be really interesting and really fun. So Valerie, today, a year ago, I started my clinical treatment. It really puts things in perspective for me. What I've achieved this past year and how I've been connected with myself through my healing journey. Today, I'm also 1 year clean of drugs, which I feel, oh my God, that's so beautiful. I want to cry. I'm crying. It's 14:44 and I'm already ready to cry, which I feel should be celebrated. Yes, it should be celebrated, but I don't really feel happy about it. Valerie, it's amazing. So let's figure out why you don't feel happy about it. Valerie, you're beautiful. They're mostly feel a failure that I'm feeling. That's why you don't feel happy, because you're still judging yourself in this moment. And today we're going to let go of it. This moment, we're going to let go of it because it's amazing. It's amazing. There's mostly feel a failure that I'm feeling. Putting emphasis on how far I've come just puts more pressure on my fear. Got it. There's a judgment that you have on yourself. You're putting pressure on yourself. There's this time that you're putting, it's like, oh my God, it's almost that sabotage that's coming in. Valerie, that's so insightful. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing, beautiful. We'll play with that. That's the self-sabotage. That's the fear of failure that's coming in. So it's like, oh, I've done it. And the longer it becomes, the more it sort of has this pressure of like, when am I going to fail? I'm not used to succeeding. This is really fantastic. Did you all get that? Give me hearts, give me hearts, give me hearts, give me words, and show that the longer we talked about self-sabotage last week or the week before, I don't remember, but the longer that we go without that failure, the more we actually put pressure on ourselves. We could do it two ways. Everything is two sides. Everything is two ways. I see the hearts, and this is resonating. Everything is two ways. So one could say, oh, this is gone for a long time. I've figured it out and I've got this. Or if you're going to doubt yourself, you're like, oh, I keep saying the SH word today. Oh no, when am I going to fail? I know this is going to be fail. Which one do we want? Which one do we want? Do we want the self-doubt, or we want the like, I've established it. Which one do you all want? A or B? A or B? Give me hearts if you want A, which is I've established, or B, self-doubt. The longer that something happens, do we want to say I did it, or oh no, when is it going to break? A or B? What do you want? And it puts more pressure on my fear. Maybe there's fear of success. There is. But as you know, Manal, I've been connecting to my fear of failure the last few weeks. This last week, I've been aware of it a lot. If I fail in my recovery, I feel unworthy. I'm afraid of feeling unworthy, and I'm afraid of slipping back into destructive coping mechanisms. Okay, Valerie, this is all fantastic. And I actually recorded this morning for my community. For those that are signed up to my weekly newsletters, I recorded something that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. I just finished recording it. It was 10:30 and I'm like, or 9:30. I'm like, Manal, we're about to go on. And I just felt this inspiration. Just recorded it. I'm going to edit it and send it out later on this week. How do we measure? We've talked about this a few times. We measure our success by the intensity of the feeling going down. The intensity. So is the intensity of the feeling going down? Overall, are you feeling more and more and more and more that fear, or do you feel like it's actually going down? That it's power over you, and that heightened power of it. Is it bigger? Or is it going smaller? Is it getting bigger? Is it getting smaller? That's one thing, Valerie. I want you to see that when you recognize, I feel like it's going down, the more I'm aware of it, but it's not gone. That it can't go like this. It can. I am not going to give any limiting belief that it can't go like this. It can go like this. It can. But did it come on like this? And if life has decided you need to keep learning and growing, then that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So what we want to do is, Barbara says you love this, fantastic, because we haven't talked about your specific, but this is all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. And Gary says he's coming in and out, but I know, Gary, that this is something good for you to hear today too. So you're going to hear, I know you'll get what you need to get. And Jen, I am, which is Jen, beautiful Jen. The more I practice it using the tools, the more I can separate and detach. Exactly, detach from it. So Valerie, are you becoming more detached? Barbara and Jennifer, that's what I'm looking for, the two of us, the two of you, for all of us, that in your storyline, that it's becoming more detached. It's becoming less personal. Oh, this isn't about me. This is about my growth. Oh, this is the storyline. Oh, I am ready to break away from this storyline. And I know that life will give me another storyline, but I want a storyline of ease and flow and abundance and strength and empowerment and purpose and connection and love. Oh, there's that fear of failure. What am I going to do with it? Oh, I'm not going to effort over it. I'm not going to drive over it. I'm not going to intellectually, no, I'm not. No, I'm going to just feel into it. Let's do that right now. Feel into the social anxiety. Feel into the fear of failure. Feel into the chronic illness. Fear into the fear that the chronic illness is bringing. Barbara, tell me, what are your fears? What are your fears? Jennifer, what are your fears? You said, I feel nauseous and nervous. I also feel self-conscious. So you're giving a lot of that physical, and it's overwhelming physical. What is your fear? Not being liked, not being loved, not being worthy. Barbara, what's your fear? Fear of death, not being in control. Barbara, feeling not worthy. Beautiful. Beautiful. And just revel in the power of that, because that is how you get to freedom. That's how you move away from the nausea. That's how you move away from the panic, the anxiety, is seeing like, oh, this is simply me expressing my lack of worthiness. This is just simply my body expressing its feeling of lack of worthiness because I'm not willing to look at it in the mirror and I haven't muscled my worthiness. Guess what? Time to muscle my worthiness. Time to muscle my worthiness. Time to muscle my sense of happiness. Time to muscle my sense of liberty, freedom. Powerful. Do you all feel the power? Do you all feel the power? Are you ready? Are you ready? Jennifer, I fear not being liked and accepted. Jennifer, fantastic. And I'm going to ask you something, and I'm asking every single one of you. Do you like yourself and do you accept yourself? Do you like yourself and do you accept yourself? What type of judgments do you have about yourself? And how do you not like yourself? Valerie says, Manal, you're making me cry. It's resonating so much. Valerie, you made me cry. You broke me down. Oh, Barbara, accepting is hard. And then Barbara, that's it. Now we know this is the muscle that we're building together. Everything is a muscle. So we have muscled acute chronic illness, or what did you call it? You've muscled that wonderfully. Battling chronic illness. You have wonderfully muscled that. Ren, good morning to you. And now we're going to muscle together acceptance and worthiness. We're going to go to the other side of the coin. Everything is two sides of the stick. Heads and tails. Two sides of the stick. We've all been practicing the hard side of the stick, the suffer side of the stick, the struggle side of the stick, the chronic illness, the anxiety, the panic, the lack of worthiness, the fear. And together, we're going to become aware of that and then flip to the other side. That's step 2 of my 5 steps. Step 2 of my 5 steps. Acknowledgement. Step 1 is awareness. Step 2 is acknowledgement. So Barbara, great. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep saying it until you guys say it to me. It's hard until it is not. It's hard until it's not. Walking was hard until it wasn't. Talking was hard until it wasn't. Doing cartwheels was hard until it wasn't. I said doing cartwheels because I've never been able to do a cartwheel in my life. It was a bad example because actually, but it wasn't hard not being able to do it anymore. I just accepted it. And not as me being less than, just my body just doesn't want to do cartwheels. It's hard until it isn't. Lynn, yes, beautiful. It's hard until it isn't. So yes, and together we amplify each other. We raise each other. We hold each other and we make it not. Sporty Jen went to Jen. I am. Jen, I am. Jen, I am. But Sporty Jen went to Jen. She went to Jen. Why? Because she's beautiful now. She wasn't not beautiful, but now she knows her beauty. She feels her beauty. radiates her beauty. I always felt like she did. I always felt that you did, Jen, but Jen didn't feel it, and now she feels it. So I want everybody to feel it. Everybody to feel yours. Feel yours. So accepting. So Jennifer, I'd like you to answer that question as well. Jules, hello to you. Jen says, I'm accepting of myself better now, but there's a part that's deeply sad that still gets reactive, and I'm recognizing it better now. Fantastic. So just like we just said to Valerie, is that awareness. It's like, oh, I'm aware of that. Oh, I'm not going to take it personally. That's my life story song. Did I say it well? That's my life story song. And I'm going to change the song. And that note might show up every now and then. Ding. Or maybe it's like a eh. I make myself laugh. Rita said hello to everybody. Rita, hi friends to you too. It's an annoying note. And maybe all of us, okay, so maybe this is our notes. Okay, this is going to be sort of annoying, but it's purposeful, guys. Okay, this is purposeful. Okay, so maybe we all have this note going, eh, and then we realize it's going, eh, and then we go, and then we go, because that's what we're used to. And then we go, and then that comes up every now and then until that, whatever it is, that note. Barbara, how do you change? It's the paradox of life. There's so many paradoxes. Okay, Gary's the one that gave me that word because I'm always like, it's the yin and the yang. First of all, be aware. Okay, how do you change? We are changing together now. You're shifting. Jen says, Manal, you sound like a fax machine. You're shifting. But step one is we've got to accept ourselves. We have to accept ourselves. We have to accept and love ourselves. We have to recognize it's the human journey. It's okay. Lynn, I have what I call my pixel of darkness, and I just don't seem to be able to access it. It's so deeply held. Lynn, fantastic. It is until it's not. And that awareness of it, and you just see it. And you guys know me. I come for real, and I tell you that I go sad, and I go mad, and I go angry, and I go feeling. I do too. I can't teach you not to human. I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it again because it's one of my favorite things. But I'm going to teach us all to love the human in us, to accept the human in us, to honor the human in us, to see the fundamental desires the human of us is looking into, which is love, self-love, and worthiness, and care, and amazingness. Ayoka saying hello while I say that. And it's also, Valerie, did I read this yet? I'm also afraid of failing myself. Self-love, yes, Rita, the key is self-love. And life-love, loving life. This whole thing that life is a struggle and life is suffering. No, life is life. Life is life. Everything happens for a reason. Let's start to understand the reason. Valerie, if I fall back into deep depression, Manal, these topics remind me of our conversation about fear of fear, like depression or sadness or worthiness. Gary, it's fantastic. Valerie, I keep trying to read your comments. Okay, I'm so afraid of failing myself. Fantastic, Valerie. That's great. I really prefer it than you feeling fear, wanting to fail for other people. So that's powerful, okay? Not being there of myself. Stop acknowledging myself to my needs. Beautiful, Valerie. I like that it's about you. Good. If I fall back into a deep depression, I don't know how I'll get out of it again. Okay, Valerie, there's a lot I want to say. Truly makes me feel afraid of the future. That's why I think I want to control it. And I do that most to staying aware in recovery. Also, why am I also judging it? Okay, so there's a lot I want to say. There's a lot that I want to say. And I think this is where I'm going to come to. Valerie and everybody that's reading what Valerie said, okay? Everybody that's reading that what Valerie's saying. Valerie just said a bunch of, I don't want to feel, I don't want to this, I don't want to this. She went on this side of the coin. Can you all tell me what this side is? What is this side? So Valerie, I'm gonna read Valerie's, I'm afraid of failing myself. What's the opposite? Not being there for myself. What's the opposite? Stop acknowledging myself. I fall into deep depression. I don't know, okay, I want, what else, scary? What is? I want more than that. I don't know how I'll get it again. It truly makes me feel afraid of the future, afraid of the future. That's why I think I want to control it and do that to stay aware. Rita, yes, I want to succeed. I want to be strong. I want to be happy. Trust. There's an element of time, good feeling, trust. Let's go on the 4 bodies. Okay, this is my preamble. I didn't get into the preamble because we ambled together. Because we went straight into ambling. What do you guys do when I break out into my laughs? I hope you laugh with me. I want to succeed. I want to be happy. I want to let go of expectations. I want to live life unconditionally. Okay, so my preamble, we were going to start with the egoic level, our beliefs. So if I want to control and I want to control and I don't, what is this? What's the egoic belief? Let's lean on our egoic beliefs, okay? Whenever we're struggling in our physical and emotional, I always say move our lens into our egoic, move it into our spiritual beliefs, move it into bigger. What is the biggest, guys? Okay, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna just give it. Trust. I trust. I trust. I trust myself. I trust my journey. I trust my life. I trust my, I don't know, place the word, here's a bracket, God, my inner being, my source, the higher meaning of life. I trust purpose. I trust. I feel a lot of emotion with that, but I trust. We're missing the trust. InsightTimer is a spiritual platform. It makes us choose whether it's spiritual, if it has religion or whatever. I'm like, we're meditating, it's spiritual. We're going in, it's spiritual. That one makes me really laugh. I'm like, it's spiritual. If we're gonna go in, it's spiritual. What we call it is what you choose. Someone asked me this weekend, Manal, what do you feel about religion? I love religion if it leads you to surrender. When it leads you to judgment and fear, not so much. Filter out the judgment and fear and keep with the surrender. Most of my most surrendered friends and loved ones just use religion as their way to surrender. But you use what you want to use to surrender. Step 5 is surrender. To trust. To believe. To know there's a reason. So Barbara, you asked how. What do you believe and what do you trust? Valerie, you want to control and you're worried about your future. What do you trust? Trust is my word for this year and it makes a lot of sense. Fantastic. Valerie, what do you trust? Everybody put in the window what you trust. Jules, we have only today. Yes, we only have this moment. We don't even have today. We just have now. Now, 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 now. Now, I told you some people think that Manal sounds like now sometimes. Now, we just have now. Barbara, just the present moment. Maybe even that's what your beliefs can be. You could trust the present moment. If we all learn to trust the now, trust the present moment, trust our being of this moment, everything else goes. Everything else goes. Jules, we only have today. We need to keep coming back to the present. The future can be scary for us. That's when my anxiety kicks in and when I'm worrying about the future. Fantastic. And Jules, if we don't trust, we don't build a trust, there's not going to be that leaning into we won't be able to detangle from the past and the future. We've got to establish the trust. So here's the list. I think that was my question. Rita, trust the good. Karma. Trust the good we put out will return. Karma. Rita, one of my favorites. Trust the good. Trust my intention. Trust my beauty. Trust my light. Trust my radiance. Karma. Karma. Trust karma. Trust my intentions. Beautiful. Barbara said being present. How do you be present? You're going to have to detach from the future. You have to detach from the anxiety. You have to detach from the past. You can't be present without detaching from all these things. So it's recognizing. It's what we're doing. Jen, I want to be spiritually happy and free. A belief in myself and the universe. I trust now. Beautiful. Trusting and loving. Connecting. Beautiful. Red. Fear of failure can only bring a lot of avoidance in life. And what that brings is not living life we desire, and that things feel incapable of facing it. Beautiful. And so when we have that fear of failure, we got to look in the mirror or the camera. I keep making myself laugh today. Okay, serious. Look in the camera and say, I see you, fear of failure. You're actually me not trusting. I don't trust you, which is me. I don't trust life. I don't trust a higher reason and purpose. I don't trust my journey. Don't trust. Fear of failure is not trusting. Who wants to trust? Who wants to trust? Give me the hearts, give me the things. Who wants to create? This is the best intention for us to do right now. Gary says, Val, you and I are having a hard time surrender. Gary, I think we keep working on that till the day we die. I really do. Valerie, I want to trust the universe and trust that I'm always doing my best, but it feels like the connection is unavailable. Aha! Unstable. She said unstable. Beautiful. Better than unavailable. Still so much doubt. That's perfect. It all comes back to resistance. It does. Me, me, me. Yes, I want to trust. Okay, let's create an intention. Okay? I want everybody to close their eyes or open them. I don't care what you do, but I'd close them for this one. This is the big one. If you, okay, Jules says me, me, me too. Okay, fantastic. Let's trust. Okay, feel into your body. Feel into the resistance. See your resistance. Love your resistance. Truly love it, because I'm telling you to. If that's not a good enough reason, I don't know what is. And then let's collectively make the intention. We create the intention to build and muscle and create trust. Trust in life, trust in the journey, trust in my journey, trust in other people's journey, trust in my purpose, trust in a higher being. I can call it God, call it karma, call it Buddha, call it higher being, inner being, call it anything. Just trust in the universe, call it universe, trust. And I'm going to have fun building that muscle of trust. I'm going to have fun recognizing what's teaching me to trust. I'm going to have fun detangling from my stories and building the muscle of trust. Because you know why? Feels better. Just feels better. You can open your eyes again now. Is there any other intention? Manal was drinking before this live. I've got my handy dandy mug of tea with me. I feel really good today, actually. Okay, how does that intention feel? Who's ready to trust? Barbara, you're amazing. Thank you. No, Barbara, you're all amazing. Do you hear how real everybody is being? Do you see how vulnerable everybody is being? Valerie, instead of a want to trust, I create the intention to trust. There is such a difference. Or I trust. There's such a difference in that language. Our practice makes better. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gary wants some of this. It's green tea. It's Stash. This is a promo for Stash. It's Stash green tea, and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so creating the intention. Rachel, life is going to happen. So this is number 2. Okay, let's let go of judgments. Let us let go of judgments. Rachel, okay, now you're taking me to that ancient Chinese proverb or story. Do you know that story about the man, and I don't even remember it. I looked it up that old day. The farmer, the old Chinese farmer, and his son breaks a leg. And then all the village people are like, oh, we're so sorry. And then the next day there's a war or something. They're recruiting young men because the son's leg is broken. He doesn't go. And they said, oh, we're so sorry. And he says, wait, we will see. I'm really butchering it. I'm really butchering it. I'm going to have to write it and put it in one of my blogs or newsletters soon. But everything he says, we'll see. We'll see. He isn't willing allow the villagers to label the events in his life, whether they are appearing to be positive or negative, as good or bad. It's the beautiful story of is. Yes, because they can't recruit him because of his leg. And then he gets money, but then his son uses it and loses, or he loses his horse, and then he gets 20 horses. It's just all of these sequence events. And he's shown surrender. It's a story of Gary, yes, you butchered it. I killed it. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Okay, I did butcher it. But basically, it's a story of surrender. No, none of the good, bad, or events or bad events are labeled as good or bad. None of the events are labeled as good or bad. There just is. It's the unfolding of life and allowing life to unfold. So Rachel, what happens? Something bad happens? We still trust. You still trust. We still trust because it's not bad. It just is. What did Jen I am says? I am. It is. It is. Life is being present, this present moment. So it's the judgment that we have that we're bad, that we're a failure, that things are bad, that we're not worthy, that we're not good enough. It's the judgment, perfection, failure. It's the judgment. But when we just are, and I just am, and the radiance of my beauty just comes out, boom, boom. I am. I am. I am. Ah, Gary, you're cracking us up. We said we're going to do it in delight and fun. We said we're going to do it in laughter and love. We said we're going to do it with ease. So, Rachel, did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? So nothing is bad. Everything is. Good answer, Manal. Gary, I got a good answer. I got a good answer. Okay, so going back to fear of failure, 4 bodies. So here, trust. Valerie, if I say to you from what you wrote, that blah that you wrote, okay, that mental and emotional, this is how I'm feeling, guys. And it's all good. You know what I'm calling it blah. There's no disrespect to it. It's beauty in it. And you know I call everything blah. And sometimes I'm so scared of how things won't land. I think you guys know me enough that things will land well. But every now and then, you guys know. I haven't been called out in anything in a long time. Okay, so if you go and read that all again and you realize, oh, this just means that I need to work on my muscle of trust. I seem to be aware of myself, judging myself, but I can't calibrate to trust. I'm going to reword that, Valerie. Oh, these outcomes are all helping me to recognize that I'm working on building my trust muscle. Your whole experience is here to build your trust muscle. Oh, these thoughts and these emotions are helping me build my trust muscle. Surrender muscle. Oh, what can I do to trust and surrender? Let me remember. Okay, I'm going to lean. I'm in my physical, my emotional, mental. Oh, wow, I'm really caught up in that. I'm letting these judgments swirl around in my head. Okay, let's move lenses. So imagine you have an eye. We have 2. Imagine we have one external to us and your lens is on your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body. Come up to the egoic level. I have a meditation and talk that talks about changing your lens. Come up to this lens, the egoic level, and ask on your egoic level, what is it that I can trust? Valerie, what is it that you trust? Yes, the truth is that I'm already calibrating with all of the things I'm consciously noticing. It just doesn't feel like that. Beautiful. The truth is you are. Rachel switched to cat jokes. Oh God, Jen, they're calling on you. Manal says I have to quit the self-deprecating jokes, so I'm running out of material. We called it GCDC, you guys. Gary cancel. Oh, it's a cancel culture. It's Gary cancel deprecating comments. Exactly. It's called GCDC. And if anybody else needs to get into the game, we can call you to that. It's called GCDC. If anybody needs to be part of that, please put in your initials in front of that. And yeah, no more self-deprecating jokes. Valerie, that's actually self-deprecating talk. Honor. What happened to the lens of honor? What happens to the lens of honor? We're on this journey. There's nothing broken with any of us. Okay, here's another thing. Here's another big one, guys. You guys are making me laugh. It's you. Rachel is like, lay on the cat jokes. You're making me laugh. This is all your fault. Look at me, I'm blaming you all. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what was I just going to say? Who knows what I was just going to say? This is what I was just going to say. We are not broken. The reason we have self-judgment is we think we're broken. I'm going to come back to social anxiety. I don't know if Jennifer, if you're still here. Barbara, chronic illness. I don't know if you're still here. The way that we're labeling everything, it's as if something is broken. As if we are broken. Jennifer, yes, I'm here. Okay, beautiful. Do you see that the way that you're labeling it as broken? Can everybody see that the way that you're judging yourself, you're holding yourself as broken? Who can see it? Yes, I am. Yes, I do that. Beautiful. Who can see it? Give me hearts, give me words, give me this. I want everybody to, Lynn, what was it that you said? This darkness, this way. And I know this is it's a feeling more than a judgment, but when you acknowledge that feeling as a judgment, it ends up being part of that, okay? So I want everybody to own up to it. Me, I can see it, I can see it. It makes me feel so sad, I do it, beautiful. So Valerie has resistance on that resistance. So she knows she does it, and now she's sad about it. Whoa, there's a lot of resistance. So Lynn, talk to me. Do you feel that there's a part of you broken? I want you to talk too. We're like vintage furniture. We just need reconditioned and a lick of polish. I don't know what to say to that. First of all, I love vintage furniture. I love vintage furniture. So I do love it. But I don't really want to age us. So I'm sort of conflicted when I like it. I like it. I like it. But we are not broken. Okay, Jen, I'm taking it. We're like vintage. I don't want to say I'm vintage. I can't. Whoever wants to see themselves as vintage furniture, go for it. But I can't consider myself. I want to see myself as new and fresh. Yeah, Valerie, even I feel old now. Jen, can you rework that for some of us? A little sanding down from cat class. Exactly. No. Retro is cool. But okay, let's not even let go of the age. Like, let go of even that. Let's let go of that. But we are not broken. We are whole. We are whole. We are whole. We are whole. Lynn, not so much broken, but I feel there would be more lightness if the pixel will set free. So Lynn, what is yours then? Let's get it all, because everybody has different things. Not much broken, but not whole. Lynn, you're not whole. There's emptiness, so you're not whole. Is that good? Is whole, H-O-L-E? Are we not whole? We're not whole. Who wants to be whole? Who wants to see themselves as whole? Who wants to see that our life's happenings are just life's happenings? Who? I want to see myself as whole. I want to understand myself from a place of strength. Barbara says me. The pixel's a whole, not whole. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Lynn, there's a whole, that means you're not whole. Beautiful. So we all came to, so is there a common understanding for everybody? If anybody doesn't feel this, I want this to relate to every single one of us. I don't care how many there are of us. I want whatever we talk about to relate to all of us. So I want us to get the lowest common denominator. If we get to a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, or 13, or 17, do you guys want me to keep going with the prime numbers? If we get to a prime number, then we can all relate. And maybe the broken wasn't a prime number, because actually broken is a derivative of not being whole. So that's my philosophies and all of my teachings, is come to the lowest common denominator that we all can get to. If I say, oh, I got divorced, that's not going to resonate with everybody. But if I say I feel disconnected from who I am or my relationships, then I become more broader and broader and broader. And that's what the philosophies are with Mattain and with me, is coming back to the lowest common denominator, so then we all recognize that whatever is happening in our life is an expression of the same thing. And that's why it becomes powerful, because then we all relate to each other. We don't need to write in the chat, like the topic doesn't need to be dealing with anxiety with children, dealing with a bad relationship, ending relationships. We don't need to do that, because the way that we speak and we understand our human journey, we're all the same. So we don't need to differentiate and create a niche. We all need to sleep. We all feel a failure. Does that make sense, guys? Was I on a soapbox, or did that sound good? And was that helpful? Gary, sometimes I feel broken, and that's an extremely lonely and sad feeling. Beautiful, Gary. Beautiful. Feel that broken. And let's now make another intention. I should have written all these intentions down that we made. Let's make this other intention. Valerie, that's what makes me so sad. Resistance on resistance. Beautiful. I therefore accept my pixel. Lynn, I don't want you to resist your pixel. Is your pixel your wholeness, or the HOLE or the WHOLE? Which is your pixel? The HOLE or WHOL? The whole, yeah. I don't want you to accept your whole, but I don't want you to put resistance on your whole. Can you see the difference? It's the two ends of the sign of the stick, double-sided of the coin. I want you and all of us, when we accept our whole, we're accepting our brokenness. A whole is broken. We're accepting our lack of wholeness. But when we put resistance on it, we're not allowed to shift, or we don't allow ourselves to shift. So I want you to accept your being, your journey, your state, but not accept your pixel. Can you see the difference in that? And that's what I want for us all. Think of Portia Nelson Lynn. Is that the story? That's the story about the, I don't want to tell butcher another story, but that's the story about falling into the hole. Jen, maybe you should put it again on the Attaining Authentic Life. It's a story of being in the hole. Lynn, it's part of your journey right now. And your journey is teaching you how to be whole despite loss. You had a significant loss in your life, right, Lynn? I know I'm remembering correctly. You're the right Lynn. You had a significant loss in your life, and you're learning to reconfigure to the wholeness of you without something major physical in your life. You had, right, Lynn? Right? So we all are here in the physical journey, and our physical journeys are great. And then something changes. There's a traumatic event. There's a loss. There's something. And then in this, we have to reorient ourselves, our physical life, and work through spiritual to realign in a powerful way. So it's part of your journey. And as a human, you're learning to recalibrate. Right, Ted died. I know that. I know that. I just didn't want to make sure. Anyway, this is me being cautious. I knew it was Ted. The pixel is an old wound. And how do I say this? I just don't want to add any, resistance. So I'm just really being careful the way that I say it. Ted, as Ted was, will never be in your life again. And there's a physical, I'll say the word. I'm going to say it human. I'm going to say it in human terms, and I'm going to start being less cautious, and then we're going to reorient it, okay? Ted will never be in your life again. And Jen has a lot of loss in her life. It will never be in her life again. Her sister will never be, her dad, her brother, Robbie, her twin brother, they will never be in your loss. So there will always be something from your physical experience that you had on your physical experience. I think I'm getting clarity in how to say it. There'll always be something in your physical experience that you had that you will no longer have. And that's sad, because those were really special relationships. So there's a sadness, okay? Let's honor that sadness. There's just a deep sadness that you'll never have that again. You won't have Ted. You won't have Robbie. You won't have Sophie. You won't have all these people that you loved. Okay? So let's honor that. There's a sadness to it. And I don't want to call it an old wound, because now we're like Jen and we're labeling things as vintage and then retro. And I don't want to call things old. It just is. So, yes, Rachel's getting there. But then we go to the spiritual, and we realize that our human journey is for us to learn how to let go of the external and to calibrate to internal. And then we know our spiritual beliefs, that we know that there's a reason. And that they're here. That Ted is here. Like, I know that Ted is here now. And I know that Sophie is here, and Robbie is here, and everybody is here now. And I know that everything is okay. And I know, Lynn, you're so strong, powerfully, spiritually powerful. So what we need to reorient is our physical experience as it being bad. Even that sadness that I wept for your physical loves is okay. But you will get new relationships and maybe new lovers, and maybe, I don't know if that was a good word, but I don't care. Maybe new lovers, and maybe children, and then grandchildren, and friendships, and experiences, and Lynn says, hell no. Whatever it won't be, you won't get Ted back, and you won't get your twin brother back, and you're not going to get your sister back, but we're going to establish relationships. We have this community, we have each other, we have ways of reorienting, we have friendships, we have lives, we have a richness to life and the human experience that we can get together. And we learn it by going in, and we learn it coming back egoically. So no, I don't want you to think about it old wounds. No, I don't. But Ted isn't here, and Ted was here, but you are here. And so how do you want your life to taste? Jen is here. Her loved ones are not here, but she is here. How do we want our life to taste? Good. Rachel, what about visiting in dreams or even waking life? Yes, Rachel, but what I want to be careful about is not intellectually trying to effort our physical and to rationalize the physical pain. It's that rationalization that gives us the social anxiety, that gives us the chronic illness, that gives us the panic, that gives us the anxiety. So I want us to feel our egoic beliefs about, I know they're still here. Maybe Ted will give me signs of him. Oh, that was a song, our wedding song. Oh my God, Ted, I know you're here. Oh my God, I just crossed that intersection and there was a picture of something that reminded me, Ted, I know you're giving me signals all the time. I want it to be from a place of connection and inspiration and feeling it, but not intellectualizing it. Feeling it, but not intellectualizing it. We intellectualize our feeling, but it's not going to shift. So we go to our true beliefs. And only by shifting to our true beliefs can we shift our emotional resistance. Yeah? Jen, Sylvia, it's her birthday tomorrow and I'm taking the day off to celebrate in my own way. Beautiful. And that's what we want. That's what we want. We want that Ted's memory, his birthday party not to be sad, but to be celebration. Celebration of what you had with him. Celebration of the love, of the calibration, of the knowing, of your connection to God and your spiritual connections becoming bigger. Not having pixels, not having voids. Yes, he's physically gone from your body, from your experience, your life experience. But Lynn, how do you orient to feeling internally full? What is the bottom line about the pixel? You have no pixels. You are whole, Lynn. You are whole. You feel that you're empty and you feel a whole, but you are whole. She laughs. The bottom line is we're all whole. But our life's experience of resistance, sadness. If you were meant to be empty and sad your whole life, you would be happy because you would be aligned with your inner being, with God, with belief, with the purpose of life. The fact that you feel bad and it feels like a hole demonstrates to me that there's a wrong or a misbelief in there. Lynn, did you get that? Did you get that? Christine, Rachel, I agree. There's been communication with my mom through dreams. It's been incredible. Exactly. And I don't want it intellectually. Well, can you? I want it from this level, okay, Rachel? And like Christine saying, from this level. I've had dreams about my loved ones and they're amazing. My mom gives me signals all the time. I know I'm on the right way and I know I'm like, oh my God, that tree that I planted together with my mom, it's given me the most amazing apple today. I didn't plant an apple tree with my mom, by the way. But somebody may have. Maybe even somebody here has, and that actually resonated with them, and that's where it came from. Who knows? It would be interesting. It would be exciting to see. Kay, Lynn, how are you feeling? Lynn, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And how are you feeling about Ted? Ren, I don't like to think that way. I like to think I'll meet those who left when I'll reach their dimension. Ren, that's a powerful one too, Ren. I like to think about them. I like to think that the ones that have gone are here in this life. And sometimes I'm like, ooh, that was a really strange, really intimate connection with that person. I wonder if I'm connected with them in another life. Even my friends, like, have we been connected in another life? I love to think about different lives and different dimension. Rachel, I'm glad they are happy and out of pain. Yeah, that's what I want us all to be happy. Well, to be happy. Jen, now, maybe if we look at the pixels as good and bad elements of our life experience, and that makes us whole and who we are authentically, whatever we need to think and orient the thinking to get us to be free. But the whole point is we're all whole. W, putting a W in front of that, H-O-L-E, because we keep saying, well, we're all whole. We're all whole. And if anybody feels unwhole, put it in the window, because today, boom. I hope that wasn't too loud. We're addressing it. Today, fear of failure, we're recognizing, oh, that means I don't feel whole. That means I don't trust the journey. That means that I have judgment on myself. That means that I feel that I'm bad. That means when I go out into public, I'm not comfortable talking to people because I feel like I'm exposing myself and I'm not good enough, and like, ooh, I feel naked. Do you feel naked, Jennifer? Do you like how sometimes I put words in all of your mouths? Barbara, thanks. You've touched a real hard part of my life. Barbara, fantastic. I want us all to be liberated. I want us all to be free and happy. It's my greatest desire in life for us all to feel the truth, to know the truth, and then to feel the truth, to trust it, to know it, to feel it, and to be it. And when we're not, we just know it's all part of our journey. That's my reason for living. It's not my reason for living. I'm living to have fun, but you all get what I'm saying. This is what brings me joy. It brings me joy. Linda, or Lynn, I just added a DA. Don't mind. You guys know my mind works in a mysterious way. Lynn, Ted's ashes were on my dresser shortly after he died. I was crying, so I went and opened the lid. As plain as day, he said, you know, I'm not in here, Bubba. Lynn, I love it. I love it. You know, I'm not in here, Bubba. I love it. I love it. So, Lynn, connect with your spiritual. You have very strong spiritual, but be aware of the limiting beliefs that you're holding towards your physical journey. Your physical, Lynn, is much stronger and powerful than you are giving yourself credit for. Your physical, Lynn, is a powerhouse as well, but your spiritual, Lynn, is so strong, but she's sort of letting that physical Lynn be seen from not from a place of wholeness. The spiritual Lynn is whole. The physical Lynn is giving the spiritual Lynn is giving the physical Lynn an excuse for being not whole. You are whole. You're whole. You are whole. If you want to keep saying that you have pixels or holes, that's fine, but you are whole. I am telling you, you are whole. And the more that your spiritual Lynn could hold your physical Lynn in a place of strength and wholeness and power and love and care and connection and all of those things that you had when Ted was by your side, then you're aligned and you got all four of your bodies back into alignment. That's so accurate. Thanks, Manal. Lynn, I see the beauty and the power in you. I see it and I feel it. And I feel the clarity. I feel the clarity of your journey. And I feel that you know the clarity of your journey, but you're still allowing yourself to hold yourself in a place of pain. I think it's time. I think it's time. I think it's time, but you have to know it's time. How long has it been? I know I asked you before. I don't remember though. Shelby, I don't feel the whole that I'm still grieving from my mom passing away. I don't feel whole. I'm still grieving from. And Shelby, how long was your mom? And the same thing that we said about Lynn and Ted and Jen with her siblings. It's the same thing. And it is a journey. Like one of my favorite, and I know I call everything my favorite. Just love me guys for calling everything, excited about everything and favorite of everything. But one of my favorite is my mourning and grieving meditation and talk. And it's just about honoring. a year on January 30th. It's still fresh, Lynn. And Shelby, how long is yours? It's still fresh. And I know from all my loved ones after the year, about a year and a half, after the year mark, I know that there's a big shift that allows and that society gives you as well after the year mark. So I know some of the sadness and a lack of wholeness comes from how everybody feels and holds yourself September 7th, 2021. So they're both still pretty fresh. Honor your journey, honor the sadness, don't label it. Okay, this is the bottom line. Don't label it as I am not whole, I have pixels, I am this, I am mourning, I am grieving. Don't label it, but honor it when I feel sad, when I feel not whole, when I feel alone, when I feel lack of connection. Recognize and honor it for the feeling and move into recognizing the love for your mom and the love for Ted and the love for whoever might have you have lost. Love and light to all of us on our journey. Lynn, you're beautiful. You are beautiful. Okay, wonderful. Shelby, thank you. You're beautiful too. You are all beautiful. I love you all. Okay, Ren. Well, that's another thing. I don't want to sound like a mad one, but sometimes I look at my new kitten, and since my daughter told me she feels like it's her nanny, my mom, I do be looking into his eyes and giving extra poultry. Yes, you know, Ren, my cats just look at me in such a way that sometimes I'm like, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? And I love that. I love that, Ren. And you're not mad. You're beautiful. Okay, beautiful. And then Ren sharing with Shelby the loss of her mom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just honor it. Yes, it's a big physical loss. And just recognize that it's, again, use the word that you want to use, whether it's God or inner being, universe, life. It's life's way of teaching you how to orient to your inner self, to your inner being, to the real meaning of life. And we always think that life is about external living. It's not. It's about connection with our internal. And when we're connected internally, then our life radiates beautifully externally. And loss of life and death is one of the biggest teachers and lessons for teaching us to go inward. What happened when you lose your loved ones? It makes you go in and become self-aware and self-care and self-understanding. And there's a beauty to it. There is a beauty to the process if we just stop the resistance of feeling that loss is so bad. There's a beauty to the life and death. There's a beauty to God making his choices, or universe, I don't know, whatever word you want to use, making his choices when he does, and just asking, like, why was that time now for me? Why? Why was that time now? Why was that time? Why was this the time for me in my journey to experience this? What am I meant to see and learn? What are the people around me meant to see and learn? What is the significance of this pivot point happening for me now? That's just love yourself and nurture yourself and give you what you're looking from your mom, your loved one, your loss, whoever it might be. Ren, someone told me once, when somebody close dies, it's like we're putting this big stone into our pocket. At first it feels very heavy. Over the time we're getting used to it, and at some point we don't even notice it as much, but it's always there. Ren, I like it and I don't like it because I don't want it to be heaviness. I don't want us to, like, we're used to carrying that load. Death is life. Death is life. Life is death. It's all part of the same journey. And when we can honor the event as part of life, honor the subsequent feelings, that will be intense and unfamiliar as life's teacher of going inward, and just growing and expanding, Red, yes, but at first it's very heavy, especially if it's someone, yes, it's very heavy. A dog, a cat, a pet. It is. Lynn, it's my belief that Ted stepped back in order for me to continue my own journey. Lynn, I have seen that in a lot of my dear friends. And I said to them that you are a powerhouse and you've depended on your powerhouse partner. And for your light, now it's time for your light to shine. Now it's time for you to radiate. Now it's time for you to do it. And divorce isn't any different. It just happens, instead of sadness, it's with anger and victimhood, a different level of victimhood. So it's a very similar life teaching of having to orient within yourselves. And they have different societal conditioning. They have different layers of resistance on top of it. They have different judgment and self-judgment in them. In some ways, one is easier than the other. In other ways, the other is easier than the other. One looks like you have choice. One was choice of a supreme. But there's a lot of, and being let go of a job. Like there's a lot of ends to life that's very similar. It's just the most intense lesson in life is death, because you're out of control. You're out of control. Lynn, I've offered and pondered that death is easier than it is. There's a lot of elements of death that's much easier than divorce. A lot that are much easier than divorce. A lot. Nobody told me I have my elastic band on my wrist. I hate that. Oh my God, I always have one on my wrist because you never know when you want to put your hair up, but I really don't like when I have it on camera. And you guys don't hear me say the word hate quite often. As I take a moment to laugh. I'm so silly, I know. Okay, it's retro, Manal. It's retro. At least it's not a big fuzzy, like pink one. I think my daughter wears that one, the pink fuzzy, like velour one. Jen, goodness. She's talking to Ren. I usually try to not read the top. Anyway, Ren, that's why I need a chiropractor so much. Actually, when it feels right, the heaviness is consuming. Yes, it is, it is, it is. Okay, you're all beautiful. So how are we feeling? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Okay, how about this? I've never asked this. I have never asked this. How was everybody feeling from 1 to 10, where 1 is bad and 10 is good before? And then how is everybody feeling now? So everybody put 2 numbers. How you felt coming in. So if you felt bad, 1, and then you feel good, 10. So 1 is bad and 10 is good. So make sure you get it right. 1 is bad and 10 is good. 10 is, I'm feeling amazing. So how is everybody feeling from 1 to 10? Put in the 2 numbers, what you came in and how you're feeling now. 1 to, oh, Lynn, 1 to 10? Wow. Lynn, I love your lightness, Manal. It's a gift to us all. You're all a gift. Okay, fantastic. Shelby, 2-9. Fantastic. Jen, 8-9. Fantastic. Rachel, 8-10. Amazing. Erica, wait, where did it go? 7-9. Valerie, 5-6. Okay, Valerie, let's talk to you. Jennifer, let's talk to you. 1-6. Let's talk to Valerie and Jennifer. Jules, 5-9. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Oh my God, what's also would be really interesting if there's a single concept that you shifted from. Like what's a single concept or feeling? And if you do this later because you're thinking, that's fine, just put it in the window. If there's a simple concept, like there was like surrender or my intention for trust. If there's one, if you can label it in 10 words or less. I was going to say 1 word, then I was going to say 5, then I said, Manal, be nice. 10 words. If 10 words and less, if you can label, even if you didn't give your numbers and you can label what, in 10 words or less, what gave you that freedom? That would be really insightful for all of us as well. Okay, Valerie and Jennifer, talk to us. My intention is to get you to a 9 or 10. What is it that you're feeling? What's the judgment you're holding upon yourself? And Valerie, particularly you, Jennifer had 1 to 6, so you've got a good jump. Valerie, you're still at 5-6. What are you stuck in your mind? I'm going to say Valerie in your mind because I feel like you get stuck in your mind and your self-judgment. Lynn, I don't have a damn pixel. You don't have a pixel. You're like, get to the bottom line. I'm like, Lynn, I thought you told you. You do not have a pixel. It's all a figment of your imagination. I love it. Valerie, intention for trust, but I'm noticing even with that I'm judging myself with sadness that I'm doing that. Okay, yes, I'm in my mind. Andrew. Okay, Valerie. Okay. Jen, I am. Learn to live the ease and the flow of life. Jennifer, after you said to feel it instead of rationalizing it, I feel more accepting of myself. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so if you're in your body, so we're going to talk about the mind right now. Jules, trust, keep it simple. Trust in the process. I'm working on bringing it to taking life or myself too seriously. Your sense of humor with all it really helps me with all. Oh, my sense of humor. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's go into our mind because our dear Valerie wants help getting up to the 9 or 10 that we're getting. Gary, I'm not getting much of this. Gary, that's because you're in and out, in and out. You're going to have to watch the recording because this is a really powerful one. This is right, guys. I feel like we're all on our game today and we're all here like we are coming to get out of our funk. Like we're all here with intention. We're all like, that's why we keep coming back, Jules. Fantastic. We're all like, we are going to shift. We all come in and like, we know that we come into this 2-hour session and we know we're going to shift and we're going to shift. Okay. So Valerie, we're going to talk about mind right now. Valerie is in her mind. Let's figure out why Valerie stays in her mind. I don't know why I'm talking to Valerie in third person and first person, third person and first person, third person. We are a force of nature. We are, Jen. Jules. Yes. So true. Okay. So Valerie, you're in your mind. Everybody that feels in your mind, why do you stay in your mind? And I don't know the answer to this yet. So we're going to get to the answer together. So I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I know that we're going to somewhere big together. We're going somewhere really big. Okay, so Valerie, you're in your mind. Why are you stuck in your mind? Why aren't you able to trust go to this level? Oh, this is really getting bigger. This is getting better. Valerie, most everybody was able to shift to their egoic level. So what I do is honor the physical, honor the emotional, talk about the mind, and then we go to emotional, the spiritual. That's what we do every time. Every time I see you, because everybody wants to be seen. I see you. I see your pain. And in the beginning, when I used to I'm talking about months and months ago when I was first starting my inspirations in the lives, when I would plow over like, don't feel that way, or you're not supposed to feel that way. Sometimes I'd get resistance. And now it's like, no, everybody wants to be seen. Yes, I see your whole. I don't see your whole. I see your expression of your whole. I understand your expression of your pixel. I understand why, because you lost the physical. So we go to the physical and we honor it. 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 Honor, 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 honor. And then we go to the emotional and say, well, what does that feel? And then we honor it and we honor it and we honor it. Nowhere are we saying anything is bad. It's like, it's okay to feel this way. It's natural to feel this way. It's good to feel this way. It's part of the human expression to feel this way. And then we go to the mental and we figure out what the stories are. And then again, we're saying, it's okay. This is normal. This is humaning. And then we go and we boom, boom, boom. We go to the egoic level and then we say, okay, this is because we believe. And what do we believe? And this is part of the journey. And then we all move and we all shift together. It's the same formula. The formula does not change. But Valerie, Valerie knows what I'm going to say. She already knows it. There's a disconnection to my egoic beliefs. I feel strongly connected to my limiting beliefs instead. That's exactly what we were getting to. So Valerie, if you're comfortable to share, Gary says the comments aren't visible. So Gary is saying, Manal, you're not enough. I want the comments too. The comments are fun. They are, but I'm enough. I am enough. Gary, I'm just going to say that everybody says when they use a web browser that it has less problems. Okay, Lynn is saying goodbye. I have to walk the puppy. Bye, baby. I love you, Lynn. Love you, love you, love you. Because she's walking the baby puppy. Sorry to be leaving. Amazing session, Manal and friends. Bye, Lynn. Love you, love you, love you. Gary, he is on a, okay, so Valerie, and everybody, but Valerie, what are your spiritual beliefs? What are your spiritual beliefs? You are disconnected to your egoic beliefs. I'm going to ask you this first. Why are you disconnected? Do you know why? Lynn, you most definitely are enough, and I love you too. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Blushing. I'm blushing. Thank you, Lynn. Enjoy your baby puppy. Okay, beautiful Valerie. Do you know why you're disconnected to your egoic beliefs? And anybody that feels disconnected to your egoic beliefs and to bigger, put it in the window. Put it in the window. Put it in the window. Gary, am I teasing you? Because do you see the window? Do you see the window? Because I don't trust that it's truth with how I'm feeling. Beautiful. So you don't trust. Okay, and then tell me what you mean with how I'm feeling, Valerie. Tell me deeper what you mean with how I'm feeling. The emotional feels overwhelming, so I'm stuck in my mind and I don't trust my real truth. Okay, so Valerie, I still don't know if you gave me the answer I'm looking for. You did, but you're not enough. I need more out of you. I need more. Evil laugh is going to come out. Tell me what your beliefs are. Like, what are your beliefs? What are your beliefs in life? Like, what are your spiritual beliefs? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in spirit? Do you believe in inner being? Do you believe in vibration? Do you believe in life? Do you not know what you believe? For me, I was taught thought was more important than feelings. We were all taught that thought was more important than feelings. We were all taught it. And I'm going to tell you right now that the secret to life is in our feelings. Specifically, feeling good. Feeling free, feeling happy, feeling at peace, feeling bliss, feeling joy, feeling ease, feeling comfort, feeling appreciation. Whatever adjective, if those are all adjectives that you want to put in there, that's what the meaning of life is. But we're taught the mind. The mind is a processor for life, and without the power of our mind, we are nothing. Talk to people in the hospital that don't have their mind. We're nothing, but it's all about feelings. So together, we're going to power back to that. Good, R? What does R stand for, if I'm allowed to ask? Valerie, if you don't want to say, that's fine. Valerie, I've been on this journey of what I exactly believe spiritually. I think the universe and there's a higher self. So, Valerie, I'm going to read it again. I've been on this journey of what I exactly believe spiritually. I don't know what that means, Valerie. Tell me what that means. But you think the universe and think that there's a higher self. So are you still not 100% sure what your spiritual beliefs are? Because what we can do is cement what you know, and perfect. That's what I want to get to. There's doubt in what I believe. And this is why I like religion, when you filter out the noise, which is judgment and pain and fear. Beautiful. Valerie, beautiful. So then together, do you mind forming, if we can form together with beliefs that you know to be true? What is happening is I'm telling you to use your egoic beliefs. That's what we do every session. And if you're still exploring what your beliefs are in life, I'm another Rachel. Oh my God, art is so funny. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? Okay, but the other ones are Rochelle and Rachel, but you're another Rachel. Okay, I remember you said that day, I'm a Rachel too. I remember, I do remember. Another Rachel in the house. You got more hearts for that, Rachel, than anything else today. Jules, I feel the same, Valerie. Can any of us really be sure? Okay, Jules and Valerie, I understand now. So we can't lean our egoic beliefs if we have doubt in our egoic beliefs. Rachel, it's a great name. It's a lovely name. It's actually a beautiful name. I really like your name. Jennifer, I'm not sure of my beliefs either. Oh my God, you guys, this is amazing. This is incredible. So there's no way for us to get to 10 if we're leading our egoic beliefs, if we're not sure of our beliefs. So let's discuss together. This is going to be so powerful. I knew we were leading into something really powerful. Let's now decide together what we're sure of and what we can explore. Let's decide together what we know of with certainty and what we can take our time to explore. Okay? So okay. Who is willing to believe, have a spiritual belief that there is something bigger Gary, Manal defined higher self completely. Okay, I'm going to define it all. We're going to do it together. We're going to do it together. Okay, Gary, we could stop the sauce 2 hours before live. Gary, I don't get the joke. We could stop the sauce 2 hours before live. Are you calling my tea sauce? I think I get what he's saying. Okay. I believe that the design is the way it is. Okay, beautiful. So it's like it's meant to be this way. I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. Okay, beautiful. So Valerie and everybody that's defining or that even has them defined but still have questions, let's make some underlying core beliefs together. It is what it is. Valerie, is that who wants to believe that life is what it is? There's a design, there's a meaning, there's a higher purpose, there's a higher meaning. Who wants to believe that there's a higher purpose and meaning to life? Valerie, what we're going to do, and everybody, okay, Jennifer and everybody that said, yes, I don't, what we're going to do is we're going to cement what we do know, and then we're going to recognize this is what I'm going to explore, and it's okay. There's a higher purpose. So, okay, number one, we're all going to agree that there's a higher purpose, okay? There is a higher purpose. There is a higher, okay? Number two, can we believe that there's a noun for the higher purpose? There is a noun. Some people call it God, some people call it universe, some call it higher being, inner self, universe, light, love, vibration. There's a name, there's a noun. For those that are not sure what we believe, we can decide that, yes, I'm going to decide which one, I'm going to explore what aligns with my belief. But I know that there's a higher being. I've said so many times on my live streams, they're all synonyms for me. They are all the same. I use the word God synonymous with the word inner being, the word love, with vibration, with karma, with Zen, with Buddha. I recognize that it's all just like having Spanish, English, French, German, Polish, Arabic, creation. There are all these different dialects and religions have different ways. It's even like the Native Americans and their totem and their spirits. For me, they're all synonyms. So for me, I label it into a greater power, and they're synonyms because different people explain the meaning of life in different ways. And I can continue to read and learn and decide what aligns best, but I know that there's one. So are you comfortable, for those that are looking for their why and what their real firm beliefs are, that say, oh, there is a noun, and there are so many nouns as there are many languages, and I'm going to spend my time to explore the different nouns, but I know that the nouns, and it could be synonyms, or I could choose to use God or universe or inner being or light or life. It doesn't matter which one I choose, but I'm going to recognize that there is a noun, and I'm going to lean on my noun. He, she. Isn't there a song now that says, I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about two different songs. And anyway, it doesn't really matter. So how does that feel? How does that feel? That just because I don't know what noun to call it, because I'm still exploring my religious/spiritual expression of my beliefs, I still know that there is a power. How does that feel? Valerie, yes. Yes. So you do know that feels good for me. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Jennifer, good, good, good. Good. Does anybody else want to say, does that feel good? Does that feel good? So you do know. You do know. Jules, fantastic. Yes, I agree. Beautiful, beautiful. So you do, it's okay not to know things. You are young. You're young. We're all young. It doesn't matter where we are in the journey. It doesn't matter. But don't take your discovery of some things from recognizing that you do know truth. You do know truth. There is a higher purpose, and there's a name to this purpose. And then use whatever feels most comfortable for you. That's why whenever I say, I will never say on InsightTimer, when I'm talking to my religious friends, I'll say God and go to town saying God. But if I'm on InsightTimer, I'm not going to go to town saying God, because it's going to bring up some resistance in some people. So I'm going to say God, universe, higher being, inner being, and I'm going to say as many as I can so people recognize that my intention is to lean on a higher purpose, the noun that you feel for the reason for being. So don't take your lack of clarity in what you believe, the religious beliefs, your spiritual expressions of the truth that you know that there is a reason and there's a purpose. So does that allow you, Jennifer and Jules and Valerie and everybody else that's having doubt, to lean now on knowing, no, I do have. I'm going to read Jen's comment. There has to be something. I really want there to be something. All religions are similar in concept, so there has to be. I grew up feeling doubt because I let it down. I'm gradually building my trust muscle because deep down I feel there is something of a higher power. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't allow your doubt in religion and religious expressions to keep you from your certainty that we're here for purpose. There is a higher being, there is a higher purpose, and it's brilliant. It's beautiful. You are your purpose. So how does that feel? Gary, I believe in God, but when really suffering, I cannot feel connected. Why? Because Gary, when you're really suffering, it means that you're closing off your connection to bigger. Because you're stuck in your physical. You're stuck in your emotional. You're not able to go into and observe. Remember I talked about earlier the lenses, your 4 lenses, and imagine having a lens outside of us. You're so stuck in your emotional and your physical that you're not able to allow and to be at to go into your egoic levels and just say, oh, I just know that there's a higher purpose. So it means you're stuck in the physical, and just realize, oh, I'm stuck in my physical. I'm stuck in my emotional, my mental. Right now we said, Valerie, you're stuck in your mental. You're trapped as you're human. You're trapped in your egoic beliefs. Your egoic beliefs are trapped in feeling I'm a suffering human. You're trapped. So you're closing off your connection to more and bigger, and your identity is I am a suffering human. And then you're in your human. You're in your emotions, you're in your physical, you're in your mind, because I'm a suffering human. The story is not I am, not I'm connected to God, not there's meaning, not there's trust, not there's a reason, not it is what it is, not it's like I'm going to lean into my emotional. I am suffering, I am struggling, I am ill, I'm having social anxiety, I am having an autoimmune response, I have chronic illness, I am. So then you're stuck. Lynn, who's gone, I have a pixel. So even though she has very strong spiritual beliefs, her human belief of I am a pixel is keeping her from fully expressing and being connected to bigger. Pity party for Gary. Beautiful, Gary. So it's like you're trapped in that. So that's a wonderful awareness for you, Gary, is that when you get into your suffering, for you to close your eye, become aware. Oh, wow, Gary, there you are again, being stuck in suffering, Gary. And then try to keep and move as much as you can the lens to go beyond and into the bigger, into recognizing, wow, I'm stuck in my physical, and keep talking yourself out to go back into not I am suffering, but I am. And however you need to do to open up that egoic, going into nature. That's why going into nature, you usually do that, is because it sort of puts you in and it makes you feel part of something larger. Gary, did that answer your question? Jules, yes, I believe strongly in the earth, nature, the universe. Beautiful. Use those words. I was brought up with a strict Catholic. Beautiful. It felt claustrophobic at times, so I'm trying to align more with what feels right to me. It's a process of exploration. Beautiful. And honor that you're in exploration, but it doesn't mean that you can't lean on your beliefs. And And you can accept all of Catholicism while letting go of the things that don't align with you. I mean, if you want to accept God and the principles, and then let go of the other things because it's part of your community and how you're grown, or if you're like, oh, it's easy just to let it go, just figure out. But you can be part of the religion while filtering out the things that don't align with you. You can say, I am this, while letting go of all of the noise, all of the judgment, all of the bad, all of the fear. You can. Jules, exactly, yes, fantastic. Gary, that was self-deprecating. Which part? The pity party for Gary? Yeah, a bit. Yes, I'm glad that you called yourself on it. I wasn't going to call you on it, but you did. Good. Yes. So Gary, when you are stuck in your anxiety, your panic, your whatever, you're stuck in your human. You're stuck in your human. And you're not leaning on there. I'm here for a reason. There's a reason, the honor, the appreciation, the acceptance of life. And that all comes from this level, the egoic level. Good, Gary, good. Was that a shift for you, Gary, or a big awareness for you? Red, is that again some sort of fear of leaving comfort zone? I'd rather be ill because then I don't have to do such a things. Yeah, Red, we're comfortable. Remember in the beginning when I was doing that annoying singing, like that fax machine, like, we're used to that being, or like you gave that example of like when somebody dies, put the rock in your pocket and you're going to be carrying with it, but you won't be heavy anymore because you've been carrying it. It's almost like this acceptance of struggle and suffer, and that you'll get used to that suffer. It's not like it feels like a rock in the beginning, but then you recognize that it really isn't. It's part of life, and then you can let go of that rock and carry on. No, it's like that rock's going to stay with you forever. You're going to have that heaviness, but you're just going to live with it for the rest of your life. So it's sort of like this comfort with being discomfort. So yeah, and if you could just stop and say that I've oriented myself to being comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I'm going to shift that. It's time to shift. Time to shift. Valerie, yes, Jen, for me that's so relatable. I prefer staying where I am rather than expanding to the unknown, even though that's what I desire. Valerie, fantastic. Valerie, and all, you're young. I don't know how old you are, Jennifer and Jules, but I know Valerie is young. It's normal during your human journey to explore your spiritual, your religious. I sort of label them in the same folder, spirit, and I know spirituality is different than religion, but they're very, very correlated and connected. But it's normal for you to explore what your religious beliefs are till the day we die. I think people do. And so just, again, honor it. There's nothing wrong with you being young and exploring and discovering your desires. There is nothing wrong with you learning and growing. There's nothing wrong with you not knowing. I mean, my kids who sometimes want to get better and better and better in their sports, I said to them, you'll be an Olympian at 10. Everybody's older than 10, but the judgment they held when they were younger. But you'll be an Olympian. Even though an Olympian can't grow at the rate that you want to grow at. It's not human. And so that, like that statement of saying the growth that you're expecting from yourself would make you be the elite of the elite of the elite of the elite at the youngest age, just not possible. So you're, Valerie, wanting you to have all of the answers and know everything at such a young age, and to have such a judgment on the choices you made when you were younger. Enough. Valerie, it doesn't matter what you did wrong in the past. It's all part of your journey. It's okay. Let go of the luggage of regret, and let go of the luggage of not good enough, and let go of the luggage of I did bad. And just honor yourself for where you are. Valerie, yes, I think there's a belief that there's something wrong with me in my journey. Never good enough. Great. It's time. Yes, Manal, you're so right. You're making me cry again. Good. I'm feeling like crying again too. Valerie, I'm done. This is 2 people I've said that today. I hope it's coming in the right way. I'm done with you doubting yourself. You are a powerhouse and you are brilliant. You are strong and you're on the right path. You have it all. You have it all. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to keep muscling through to be where you are, and that you're still going to be rigorously attentive, and you're going to still be dutiful, and you're going to know I'm going to stay clean, and I'm going to be bright, and I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to be aware, and I'm going to do that. It doesn't mean that you're not going to continue. I'm going to use quotes, working on life. But I'm going to shift it to you playing on life and growing into life and honoring in life and just living and being until it's just part of your DNA and an organic part of who you are, of recognizing you're on your life journey. Yes, why do I not feel that though? It's like I hear it, you speaking truth, but then I'm like, no, just see that resistance. Just look at that resistance and just keep recognizing it's part of your resistance that you're muscling through, and honor it as part of your job of building that muscle. But recognize the judgment, the judgment, the judgment. Recognize it, recognize it, recognize it. Honor that you know. One of our egoic beliefs. I know, I am worthy, I am free, I am happy. The unconditional 3. Jennifer, I was raised Catholic, but I never really felt right to me, so I'm currently figuring out how to believe. Beautiful. But along the way that you know there's a higher power. There's nothing wrong with trying to find the answers. What's wrong with doubting yourself that you don't know the answers? You're looking for what's true to you. You're looking for what resonates your truth. But there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is you're both labeling, or you're all labeling it as bad or wrong or not good enough or I don't know. No, you're discovering. Part of life is self-discovery, and that's what you're on that journey for. Gary, awareness for me just shows how much work I need. No, Gary, no, that's a GCDC. No, it's a GCDC. It's awareness for me. I'm going to keep humaning and enjoying this human journey. This is fun. This is play. This is amazing. I'm doing amazing. Gary, you're doing this. You're doing amazing too. You're doing amazing. You guys are all doing amazing. You are here. On my little bottom of my screen, I have profile pics, and I see you all. I see those that are new, and I see those that are here all the time. And you are a powerhouse. And whether you're expressing yourself on your chat or you're just taking it in, it doesn't matter. Some people communicate and grow more, and some people take it in and grow more. It doesn't matter if you're communicative all the time or sometimes. It doesn't matter if you talk all the time or sometimes. It doesn't matter if you never talk. I see you, and you're a powerhouse, and you will attain the growth that you're looking for. You are attaining the growth that you're looking for. You are. I see you. And you're not broken. You're not failing. And you're not even successful, because I don't even want us to put that label that comes back to perfection and that comes back to perfect, which is what we talked about last week. It just is what it is. It's good. It's great. I'm on my journey. It is what it is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Good. Gary telling Val, every one of us doubts the way that you, feels the way you and I do. Everybody does. Everybody has doubt. That's why today is called Fear of Failure. Amy, hello, I'm Amy Janice from Bali. Oh, welcome, Amy. Welcome. One of the destinations that I'm really excited to go to someday in my life soon, hopefully. Beautiful. Valerie, sometimes I so recognize my power and that I'm on the right path, which means that there is a shift and I'm allowed to take my time. Exactly, Valerie. And do you feel that? Do you feel that? I see the hearts going. Is there something that was said that's making the hearts feel? Is it Valerie's comment, or is there a shift that you just felt? What is it that everybody's putting your heart for? Only sometimes I feel it. That's fine. Remember what I started with at the very beginning. The very beginning. It's so funny how we always circle back. At the very beginning, what I said is what we want to do is watch the muscle. We want to measure our growth by watching the muscle and seeing, oh, am I feeling this more? Am I feeling this less? And sort of look at that as a gauge towards your growth. We're not, just like I said to you guys, I said to my children, oh, if you keep growing in your sports that way, you're going to be an Olympian. If you're going to keep growing in your spirituality, you're going to be a monk. Oh my God. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't even know what to say, but you get my point? You get my point? It's like, we're human. We're human. And you're a young human, Valerie, in the relativity. And the younger that you are, that you go through experiences, I feel like that there's just such, it doesn't matter what age. It doesn't matter what age. I'm not trying to diminish my journey, but there's just so much power that there's here that for you to align with. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Jen, Valerie, I see your shift every time. So do I, Valerie. I think there's just fear towards your 1 year, and just honor that fear and just honor that you've got this, and it's a milestone, and that you're being aligned and connected and identifying in a negative way with time, and just time just is. Good. Valerie, how are you feeling? Jules, Jennifer, everybody. I just called out the 3 that we were walking through in terms of re-cementing egoic beliefs, and I think that was really a solid, amazing, perfect way. Thank you, Jen and Manal, of course. Thank you, Valerie. Do you feel better? Are you off your 5 to 6? Don't lie. Don't lie for my ego. Don't lie for my ego. Okay, how is everybody feeling? Is everybody feeling, Jennifer, I feel better. Fantastic. So what were your numbers, Jennifer, and what are they now? 1 being bad, 10 being the best. So what are you feeling? What was your numbers, and what are you feeling now? What were your numbers, and what are you feeling now? There's still a lot of resistance, sadness, but this has been important talk for me. Enough with the judgment. Good. I think I'm feeling 7 now. Good. I was 6, now it's 8. Okay, good. And you guys, just afterwards, let's do a 10-minute meditation. I was going to ask, how's everybody feeling? I want to know how everybody is feeling. How's everybody feeling? I feel like let's just sort of do just a light one. We're not going to do something that's going deep into the resistance, but just like allowing light into us is what I feel called to do. Gary, you weren't here, I think, when we talked about, I want everybody to put in the window how they felt when they came into this inspiration and how they feel now, where 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. So I said, okay, everybody, how do you feel? How did you feel coming in, and how do you feel now? And I feel like there was pretty big jumps for everybody. Everybody improved how they felt, because those that didn't left. Oh my goodness. But everybody grew, and there was significant movement for, I think, the majority that did put in their numbers. There was a significant jump between how they felt. I feel really good. No resistance today. I laughed a lot today, so it's a 9.5. Jen, fantastic. Jen, they're coming out. I feel good too, except my head, I feel sort of congested. I don't know why. Last time I feel, before I get on, I'm not congested, and then throughout the time I'm congested. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go into a quick meditation. Gary, do you want to put your number? I feel that there's a bit of a lag. I feel like there's a bit of a lag, because when I see the hearts, it's sort of like inconsistent. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if there's a bit of a lag. I usually there is a bit of a lag. It's like almost the more I say it. Rachel, alcohol makes me congested. Oh my goodness. This is tea. You guys can't. This is tea. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, Rachel. Okay, everybody. Okay. This chat space has been very frustrating, so I'm stirred up. Okay, Gary. Let's go into our bodies. Let's just do a quick meditation. We're at 147. Okay, everybody take a deep breath in. Indulge in the gap. And release. Take a second deep breath in. Release, and take a third and final deep breath in, and release. Today, no matter when you came in to this live, was very powerful. And today we created the intention to individually and collectively, as a community, to trust. To trust ourselves, to trust life, to trust the human journey, and to trust the higher meaning that we are all here for. And we've decided that if we know the exact details of that human journey, that's just in line with our integrity and feels good, then fantastic. If the clarity that we have towards our beliefs lead us to just surrender, fantastic. Amazing. And we'll lean into those empowering beliefs that give us a trust, a full knowing, believing, and feeling of trust in this human journey, in our human journey. And if we don't know and we're exploring, it's nothing wrong. We're going to let go of the resistance that we have, that we feel that we need to know everything. That leads to our fear of failure. Together, we're going to adopt feelings of trust, alignment, empowerment, knowing and feeling. Together, we are going to use our life experiences and our feelings to orient us toward truth. And how do we know what truth is? Because it feels good. It feels right. So if anything does not feel good, we use that to guide us to feeling good. Our bodies are powerful. Our bodies are so powerful. Our bodies are so powerful. And they tell us so much. When we use the power that our bodies share with us and show us, it just empowers us. Our emotions are powerful. Every single emotion is so important. It is a map. Every emotion is a guide towards truth. So we're going to become aware of the judgment we hold on any emotion, the judgment we hold on ourselves, and start to get to a point of honoring sadness, frustration, anger. Doesn't matter. It is going to be seen as a way to orient to truth by being an observer, accepting it, loving it, and using it to guide us to our truth. Our minds are so powerful. Our minds are so powerful. Again, we've been conditioned to judge it. Together, we're going to orient to recognizing that our minds, it's another tool, a tool to guide us to our truth. And once we start to accept ourselves, our body, where we are in life, where we have been in life, where we're going in life, accept our emotions, and realize that they are a gift and they're a tool to orient us to truth, accepting our minds and recognizing our minds are just translating for all of the bodies, and when we use them as a tool, we are powerful, they are powerful, we are empowered, and they lead us to our truth. And then we cement back to the truth of our beauty, our radiance, our power, our light, our love, our worthiness, our freedom, our flow, our abundance, our wholeness. We're all whole. The beauty of our lives, ourselves, our journey, knowing that there is always something, somebody, a greater power, not just looking over us, supporting us. We are supported. The support comes in the form of humans, of animals, of nature, of music, of signs. The support comes in voices that we hear, comes in feelings. Support comes in all different flavors. They come in numbers. 15533 is right now. 15533. See signals in deers, in our pets, in our children, in our partners, in our friends, in flowers, in nature. There's signs everywhere to show us that we are supported. We're supported. Life is beautiful. Let's orient back to the beauty of life and the beauty of ourselves. I want everybody to imagine light coming in from the universe, from the stars, from the moon, from the higher being coming in, divine energy coming in. Light of empowerment and light of truth and light of trust. Light of clarity, light of knowing, light of love, light of worthiness, light of freedom. Just entering through the crown of your head, through your head, your neck, to your shoulders, your arms. Imagine that light going through your chest and just grounding into your heart. Imagine the light of the universe, of the divine, of the earth, the beauty from the deep, the depth of the earth. Imagine that light coming in through the soles of your feet, through your calves and your knees and your thighs, your pelvic area, your abdomen, and then again anchoring into your heart. Imagine this light of the earth meeting the light of the universe and just expanding and filling any holes you may feel in your heart, in your chest, in your throat, in your head, your shoulders, your abdomen, your pelvic area, your legs. Any fears, just imagine that light filling up with any fears and replacing it with trust and love and knowing. Imagine yourself fully connected to earth, supported to earth through that light, the earth light just connecting you. Imagine just like roots out of your feet. You're just being fed by the earth. You are supported. And you'll start to see small things and big things today, this week, the rest of the month, that just shows you that you're supported, just signs. And imagine and know that you're connected to the universe, and the universe is here to support you. And you'll see signs, spiritual signs, that allow you to know that you're supported and you're loved and you're connected, you're worthy, you're free, you're love. You are love. I see you on this journey. I see your power. I see your intentions. I see your light. I see your love. I see your strength. I see your knowing. I see your clarity. I see your beauty. I see your radiance. I see the ease. I see your abundance. I see your flow. I see your creativity. I see your worthiness. I see your freedom. I see your love. I'm going to pause for 2 minutes, and I want you to see and feel your truth. Feel and connect with the truth. Create any intentions that you'd like for the rest of the day, the week, or the month, along with the intention to trust. Trust yourself. Trust life. Trust your past. Trust your future. Trust the higher being purpose. I'll pause. Wonderful. And at this point, I'm going to count to 5. Open your eyes and join me at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't say open your eyes at 3. I was focused on feeling and giving love to the room. And 5. Okay, everybody, come join me back into the virtual room. Yes, Gary, truth. Why are you questioning truth? What is your question in truth? The truth of your beauty, the truth of your radiance, the truth of your love, the truth of your power, the truth of your knowing, the truth of your clarity, the truth of your journey. Your journey. You're exactly where you're meant to be. The truth of your purpose. You are your life's purpose. You are purpose. You are all brilliant. You are all brilliant. So how's everybody feeling? Give me a good synonym for truth. Those were all synonyms, Gary. Love, wholeness, alignment, clarity, purpose, beauty, radiance, love, worthiness, freedom, security, capability, stability, grounding, connection, flow, bliss, joy, pleasure, appreciation. Do you want me to keep going? If anybody wants to put their word in there, and this, go ahead and put your word in there. Those are all synonyms for truth. Big emotional release. Once again, a powerful meditation. Valerie, good, good, good. We're all brilliant. We are all brilliant. Honesty, integrity. I like integrity, Jen. Integrity. Integrity is just means alignment. Just alignment. And sometimes honesty is subjective. Do I look good today? As an example. Oh my goodness. I cracked myself up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I just cracked myself up. Everybody knows that I'll be honest, but sometimes you gotta, it's not being honest, it's just delivering things in a way that will be received and felt in the love and the truth. And with one of my coaching clients the other day, we were finally getting into a good groove, and he's taking it, and it's a very good flow. And he said, Manal, because I'm very careful now sometimes how I say things, because I don't want the resistance. And he said, Manal, I know your intentions are good. I know that your intentions are from love. I know your in integrity, that you're saying it to me for me to learn and to grow. So yes, Jen, I like that authenticity and genuinity. Beautiful. Jennifer, this meditation helped me feel like my anxiety isn't overwhelming. Fantastic. Jennifer, today's gift to you, from you to you, as a catalyst by me, or conduit by me, is let's not call it anxiety anymore. Break down the feelings. Understand your emotional feelings and your physical feelings. Write them down. Write down, this is what I'm feeling physically. This is what I'm feeling emotionally. But I want you to start, and Gary too, I haven't actually given you this homework. Everybody, let's not use the word anxiety anymore. It's hidden. It's not acknowledging the fear, the feeling, the emotion, the physicality of it. And it's just sort of this label that's also an identity. It's time to let it go. Just write down, I feel da 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 da. My body feels da 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 da. My emotions feel da 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 da. Awareness, awareness, awareness. Individual emotions, exactly, Gary. And if you want to break it down into the key lime pie, go for it. 4 bodies. This is what my body's physically feeling. This is what my body's emotionally feeling. This is what my mind is saying. And these are what the misbeliefs are. Just write it down, key lime pie. And then every time you feel that sense of what you used to call anxiety, which now we're going to call it into the 4, it's almost like a recipe. And they're like, oh, here's my cookie cutter for not feeling worthy. Here's my cookie cutter for not feeling free. Here's my cookie cutter for not feeling loved. Okay? Jules, I'm going to do this too. I never thought to do this. Thank you, Manal. Jules, it's my pleasure. Aw, I feel good. Gary, individual emotions. Yes, yes, yes. Valerie, Manal, you should actually make a workbook. Haha. My course is coming out next week. If you're on my newsletter, my mailing list, you'll see, but it's coming out next week. It is coming out. Jennifer, I'll do that from now on. Fantastic. I want us all to let go of the label called anxiety. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, 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 let it go. I'm annoying me. I just annoyed me. I hope I didn't annoy you all. But if it's not very clear, let it go. Okay, so today we are ending with something so powerful. Nobody else is going to, we are not going to call it anxiety anymore. We're not going to call it panic anymore. We're going to sit down and write the key, deconstruct the key lime pie. Deconstruct it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Redden, that's it. You don't need to do any more than that. Just write it down and call it cookie cutter of worthiness. Here's my worthiness, unworthiness key lime pie. Here's my not feeling free key lime pie. Here's my, here's my, I need to feel perfect key lime pie. And just the awareness of it does what we talked about today when Valerie was talking about measuring herself and judging herself. I said, oh guys, I said, one of my girlfriends trying to get me to stop saying guys, but it's something that we grew up saying. And so every time I say guys, I have a judgment on saying guys, but I've always said guys. It's part of my generation. And then she made me feel like I should stop saying guys, but I sort of let it just comes out. And then anyway, boom, I just went on a big tangent. But anyway, everyone is not as warm as guys, but I know we're not all guys, but it's, I just went into a loop. Okay. Anyway, just deconstruct your key lime pie. Deconstruct it. And then it's what we were talking about with Valerie, is if you start to become aware, is say, oh, there I am. There I am. I am doing my worthiness key lime pie. Then you become an observer faster. You get out of the feeling of it sooner, Ren, and you go into the observer of it quicker. That's why the GCDC works really big with Gary and with any of you. I mean, we could call it VCDC. Valerie does the same thing, but hers is more mind. Her mind is going into it. So hers might be VMDC, but we could call it VMDM. But GCDC is a really good signal for Gary to say, oh, there we go. I'm starting to do self-deprecating, and it's conditioned. So we want a gentle reminder. It's almost like that buzzer. Zzz. There's so many bands that you can buy that gives you zzz or something when you're doing something that you're not supposed to. It's like reinforcing until you get a new, Nancy, guys, it's fine. Thank you, Nancy. And Jill says, she says the same thing too. I feel like it's fine, but then once someone says that they think it's unfine, I'm like, do I offend anybody? I don't want to offend anybody. I got to get rid of that. Did you guys notice that I'm always so scared of offending people? What's the opposite of offending people? Someone give me what's the opposite of offending is. Honoring. But I do honor everybody. So maybe I have to stop worrying about offending because I am honoring everybody. But anyway, I do notice that I'm always cautious. Caution. I'm going to write that down for me. Okay. I'm writing for me, guys. Cautious and offending people. There's an energy that I need to get rid of so I can be more natural and not have that fear. Okay. Anyway, I just coached myself. Do you guys see how I coached myself? Do you see how I coached myself? There wasn't a judgment. It was an awareness. I wrote it down and said, Manal, I'm going to start to see, because I see this reoccurring pattern where my inspiration is reduced. I'm cautious about what I'm saying, and I'm scared I'm going to offend somebody. So I'm minimizing my vibration. I'm minimizing. Valerie says, Manal, you're incredible. Okay, so GCDC. So, oh wait, so Bren, I finished saying it. So I think you guys, I finished saying that. I'm going in 3 different lines. Gary, so my mind is always the problem. Freak boy has been beating me up lately. Boom, boom, it's GCDC. And so we want a gentle way. Yeah, Gary, you did. You put a judgment on yourself. You're putting yourself that your freak boy is beating me up lately. You're not seeing yourself from the strength and the power that we see you in. We see that you're doing amazing. We see that you're a powerful, self-aware man. We see that you, or however you want to identify. Let me know if it's not man. We see, it's just so much that identity in so many of my conversations, even in Canada. I don't talk about even in Canada as if it's different, but sometimes I live in the States, you all know, but when I go home, the societal conversations are different, but everywhere I go, this conversation is going on. So people are very self-aware of how we identify. And I just want us to identify as I am, but along that journey, wherever anybody might be on that self-identification, I do want to honor it. So that's where it comes from. But anyway, Gary, now I don't know what I am. I love you, Gary. Okay, Gary, we see you as powerful. So when you say, my mind is always the problem, we just finished a meditation where we said our minds are incredible. Your body is incredible. Your emotions are incredible. And they're all clues to guiding us to the truth. And you said, what's truth? And I said, truth is love, power, alignment, beauty, strength, empowerment. So every mind, emotion, and physicality is leading you to this truth. So when you say my mind is the problem, no, your mind is not the problem. Your mind is the solution. Your mind is powerful. Your mind is a tool. Your mind is incredible. Freak boy has been beating me up lately. Then again, you being overpowered by something that is part of your internal you. So you are an incredible man. You're a powerful man. You are somebody that is so willing to go inside, to go where you want outside. And you know it's found from within. And you are just deliberately focusing, and you just have so much love for everybody and so much joy and a desire to express that and share it in the world. You're incredible. You are incredible. Good, 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 good. Gary, good. Tell me that was good. Tell me it was good. Tell me that was good. And tell us that you see now from the lens that was GCDC. So it's so ingrained in you. So I want it to be gently plucked out. I don't want us to be like flashing a light on you every time you do it, but I want a gentle recognition that was GCDC. Just a gentle recognition of GCDC, just gentle. And when you can catch it faster and you just put in the GCDC, that will be even better. So you type something in and then you realize, or think something or say something and you say GCDC, and the feedback doesn't always have to be loud. It could be quiet. I just did my feedback system about cautious and offending loudly, but I do that even during live streams inside myself. Like I'll take note of things. Okay, so Gary, can you acknowledge that you see it now? Or if you don't, I want to guide you to seeing it. Okay, how does everybody feel? How does everybody feel? How does everybody feel? And Gary, I want you to come back and say, Jen, do you love me? Okay, he sees it. We all love you, Gary. We all love you. Okay, fantastic. So I don't have anything on the calendar for next week, not because we're not going to do it, it's because I didn't schedule it. And you're like, oh, wow. That I've been working really hard for what I'm having coming out next week. So I will put something on the calendar for Tuesday of next week, I think, and Thursday. I'm not sure what the subjects are going to be. I think it will be in my notebook. This week, it's too early for Andrea because it means that she's sleeping, which I'm so happy. But this week, well, she should be waking up about this time. But anyway, I say Andrea because this topic was for her. Healthy sleep, establishing healthy sleep. It's on a Thursday at 1:30 p.m. And I think I am so excited about this topic because it is going to be fabulous. And I know to my brain, like you know how we're talking about knowing and trusting, I know it's going to shift so many things for so many of us. So I'm really excited. And I already have the preamble. Usually I do the preamble. Shelby, there you go. You just exposed why it's going to be so powerful. I usually do the preamble, maybe the morning of, maybe the day before, maybe today it was like 10 minutes before I went on. I'm like, Manal, you haven't thought about it yet because I was working on something else. I'm like, okay. And I quickly did what the preamble was. This preamble for the sleep, I've had it since I said to Andrea, we're going to do one on sleep on you. Nobody even asked it. Andrea's like, I didn't sleep or whatever. I'm like, we are doing one on sleep. It's going to be so insightful, and our opportunity to shift our relationship with sleep will be boom, instantaneous. I'll be there. I have trouble sleeping. Jennifer, fantastic. Shelby, wonderful. I'm going to actually write those two things down. I never sleep because I'm going to open with those. Okay, guys? I have trouble sleeping, and I'm going to keep you guys in suspense. I have trouble sleeping. I wrote it down. So that's this week. If anybody has requests for future, tell me now. Put it in Attaining Your Authentic Life. Join Attaining Your Authentic Life. Join Attaining Your Authentic Life. Manal, you are super at expressing your feelings. Bravo. Christine, thank you. I love you. Jan, Manal, I moved my massage appointment to 4:30 GMT so I can make this one. I might end up sleeping beforehand or doing. I'll be so relaxed. Jen, then you'll be demonstrating to us. Fantastic. I love that you moved an appointment so you can be part of this. Not that you moved it, but this is a priority for you. That makes me feel really good. I am so human. Okay, guys, I absolutely love every single one of you. Today was absolutely so powerful. I want to thank you all. I don't know if I thank you enough Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for following. Thank you for being free inspirations. Thank you for sharing and giving of your heart so freely. Thank you for everybody that I see, whether you talk, I see that you're here. I see your beautiful profile picture. I see you and I appreciate you being here. Some of you I know and you've spoken and you speak sometimes. Some of you I don't know, but I see your pictures, and all of you I love. I love you all so much. Fantastic. Rand says, love you all. Valerie Manal, I notice how comparison is big for me. Personally, it has a lot to do with I'm not good enough belief. Maybe we can do one sometime. We can, Valerie. I'll write it on my handy dandy notebook. Gary, I love me too. Fantastic. And I want everybody to love themselves. You know, I know you know. Valerie, thank you so much for today. It was powerful. And Jen and you all. Jennifer, thanks so much. This is very helpful. Jules, thank you so much for now. You are a tonic. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a tonic. A tonic. I am a tonic. I like that. Nobody's ever called me a tonic before. I don't know if it was purposeful, but I see tonic sort of just to be a bubbling source of gin. You guys are putting in alcohol a lot today. A bubbling source of inspiration and love. That's what I see tonic as, a bubbling source of authenticity and truth. A bubbling source of truth. Manal, see, you're drinking. I'm just drinking tea. I'm drinking. I showed you guys the stash label, the stash. I did a plug for stash. So funny that I plugged stash. Stash, a very, very deep green tea. Very much enjoy my green tea. Okay, beautiful. You are all amazing. Join attaining your authentic life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, a tonic is a good thing. Picks you up when you're feeling down. Jules, I love it. I love it. Tonic has many great definitions. Okay, I just love it. I'll have to look it up. I'll put the definition in the chat, in our chat room. Okay, everybody, you're all amazing. I love you all. I will see you on Thursday. Not attaining your authentic life, not follow me, tell me what you think about meditations and talks. If there's anyone that you don't like and you think I need to take off, tell me, because I mean, I know I'm perfect, but everything can't be perfect, but I'd like to be perfect. You all know I'm a perfectionist. Jen, healing. Okay, let me write these down. Healing and comparison. Comparative living. Comparison, not good enough. I like that comparison, aka not good enough. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. It's always so hard to say goodbye because I love you all. Okay, so now I will say it unless anybody wants to say something. See all the hearts. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. We'll see you soon. My love. Always. I hope you enjoyed this inspiration, looking at overcoming your feeling of failure. So powerful to recognize it's establishing trust in life. If you like what you saw, come follow me. Go to my website, www.mattain.me, MATTAIN.me. Sign up for my newsletters. Come get 10 steps of how to be happy.